You know, when you think of Goa, you're probably picturing beaches, right? But lately, a pretty dark threat has been bubbling up online: cybercrime. And the authorities are now hitting back, and hitting back hard. Today, we're going to break down this massive operation against digital fraud, and more importantly, what you need to know to keep yourself safe. Let's get right into it.
To really get what's going on here, you first have to understand the sheer scale of this police action. I mean, the numbers behind this crackdown are just staggering.
Get this. Just this year, the Goa Cybercrime Police have found and shut down over 500 fraudulent websites. And we're not talking about simple spam sites here. These were sophisticated platforms built for one reason: to steal your money and your personal info.
And it didn't stop on the web. Oh no. The police also pulled the plug on more than 760 phone numbers that were all tied to these scam operations. That's a huge blow, cutting off a major communication line for these criminals. Now, this wasn't some quiet operation happening behind the scenes. It made major headlines all over the state. It was a loud and clear signal to cybercriminals that the game had changed.
So how did they pull this off? Well, it wasn't just a random sweep. This was a sustained, data-driven effort. They were systematically hunting down and neutralizing these threats month by month. If you look at this monthly breakdown, you can actually see their strategy playing out. Check out that massive spike in May: 258 takedowns. That wasn't an accident. They were specifically going after parcel delivery scams and those scary digital arrest scams. It was a precision strike.
And the operation went even deeper. It wasn't just about websites and phone numbers. They also managed to take down over 150 malicious social media accounts and even a couple of harmful mobile apps. This was a full-scale effort to completely dismantle the scammers' entire digital setup. So we've seen all these big numbers, but what kind of scams are we actually talking about here? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the anatomy of these schemes to really understand what people in Goa were dealing with.
The toolkit these criminals were using was frankly pretty wide and sophisticated. Everything from fake parcel delivery tax and too good to be true investment schemes to sextortion. And in a tourist hotspot like Goa, you bet fake hotel booking sites were a huge problem, along with scammers pretending to be police officers.
Okay, let's pause on this one for a second. The digital arrest scam. This one is particularly nasty. Imagine getting a call from someone claiming to be from a major law enforcement agency. They tell you you're mixed up in some serious crime, create this intense feeling of panic, and then demand you pay up right now to make it all go away. It is pure psychological warfare.
So you might be wondering, why Goa? Well, it's kind of the perfect storm. As a massive tourist destination, you've got a constant, high volume of online bookings, digital payments, and transactions happening every single day. For scammers, that's like a gold rush. All right, we've looked at the threat, we've seen the police response. Now let's get to the most important part. What can you actually do? This next bit is all about your own personal digital defense playbook. And this comes straight from the top. The head of the cybercrime unit, Rahul Gupta, really hammered home that the public plays a crucial role in this fight. He basically said that while the police are out there taking action, our own vigilance and reporting things immediately, that's what really stops people from becoming victims. So what do you do if you think you're being scammed? The instructions are dead simple. First, call the national helpline at 1930. That's your first port of call for immediate help. Second, you can file a formal complaint online through the Goa Police Citizen Portal. These two steps are your frontline defense. Simple, right? So, this huge crackdown is a major win, no doubt about it, but it's not the end of the story. Think of it as just one big battle in a much, much longer war against digital fraud.
The authorities are already looking to the future. They've set a pretty ambitious goal to cut down cyber fraud incidents by at least 20%. And that shows a real commitment to getting ahead of the problem, not just reacting to it. And let's not forget the very real human cost behind these numbers. The financial damage can be absolutely devastating. The single biggest fraud in Goa this year was an online investment scam where victims lost nearly 4.74 crore rupees. I mean, the stakes could not be higher. And all of this brings us to one last, really crucial thought. As the police get better, the criminals just adapt and evolve. This crackdown is absolutely essential, but it really makes you wonder, right? In this crazy digital world we live in, is our own awareness, our own gut feeling, the most powerful defense we've got?